sun is up, names new back when I was coming up. Didn't wanna know then, now I bet they loving us. No more, no R&Us, the bar is raised. If you know me, now I can bar for days. Nothing there to prove, cause I've done enough. Lights out, still gonna keep the torch. Show you a little piece, wanna see some more?
I wanna try to beat the force. I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you a little piece, wanna see some more? See some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. So gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you a little piece, wanna see some more? Show you a little piece, wanna see some more? I wanna try to beat the force. I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you a little piece, wanna see some more? See some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. So gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you a little piece, wanna see some more? See some, see some. I never mind if people change. I wanna try and heal my pain. How do you buy what can't be sold? How can you lie to me in my face? In my face, in my face, in my face, in my face. That's how I'm still gonna keep the torch. Show you a little piece, wanna see some more?
There's a girl in my backyard. I can run fast, but won't get far. My mom thinks that I'm an animal. I'm just looking for the antidote. There's a British girl on my TV screen. She's so hot, she's so mean. Burn my body like it's flammable. Girl, I'm so...
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. For some, the final chapter of the season. For others, a final week before the playoffs. And we're off in Week 18. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, really break the backs of a defense.
They give it to him again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. He's got it on the bootleg. That's caught for the first. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Man in motion, out of the slot. Throwing now on 1st down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down, or it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down Third and short in your back pocket, and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Handoff on second and short. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Third and short here, trying to pass. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. He'll look to throw. He's got it. That's going to be a first and more. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. What a call. They wind up with 12 on fourth down and pull off the conversion. Now their opening drive certainly going according to plan, Brock. It's a new set of downs at the 27. To throw here on first down. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. And more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Second and 10 now. Pressure coming, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Third and long for him here. Throwing this back in the end zone. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going. You got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Brings in the kick at the 9. This return makes it up to the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Entering Cooper there to make the stop. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. from the 27. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Throwing from the gun here. Throw wheeled in by Thomas. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about a big hitter? 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Working quickly here.
At the Chiefs' 40-yard line.
Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through one quarter. Just a field goal separates these two. Back to the Windy City in just a moment. Welcome back. We're all set to start the second. Offense already out to resume its drive. They have second down behind the sticks. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's a Chicago first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Another carry for him. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Escapes the pocket. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Quick pass, right side, complete. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. We'll score. Touchdown, Chicago. The Nighthawks finish off their opening drive. Now we'll see them try the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Nighthawks one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They go play action here. That one's complete, right side. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and 10 from the 41. Running this one left. Down the sideline to the 45. And he's down to the 42-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. They'll throw it. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. They've got a man in motion. 2nd and 10, and they'll stick to the air. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No luck connecting with Jackson Smith and Jigba. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Throwing on 3rd and long. And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing 4th down. No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up 4th and long. Now Cameron Dicker on to try the field goal. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And this will remain a 4-point game.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Here's a give up the middle. Oh, what a hit! Stars the ball loose! And this is picked up by the Chiefs. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. That That play good for 17 and a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
On first down, they'll run. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Jaden Hicks there on the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Putting a receiver in motion. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he makes the catch on the sideline. Oh, but they call it out of bounds. This close to 6. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. He'll throw it. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Nighthawks take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, okay, I guess we've got a couple of very giving teams today, Brock. One side coughs it up with a fumble, then the other side graciously hands it right back with the interception.
Hey, listen, if you like playmaking defenses, then you like this game right here. These defenses, they're the ones supplying the big plays, and they're putting their stamp on this game.
To throw it on first down. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Chicago first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First and 10 from the 41. Hand off to the back. And that's good for a gain of 5. Making the stop that time, Nick Cross. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Back-to-back carries here. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Jared Verse on the tackle. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now they're left with 4th and short. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. That one in the books is a 48-yard punt. And the Chiefs will get set to go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Now looking to throw. Connecting on the slant. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those true throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch. So now here's 3rd and 5. Looking for a throw here. He has the first over the middle. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Throwing it again here. Taking a big shot for the end zone. He's got it deep downfield. And that is caught. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take the lead just before halftime. Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs push their lead to 3. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. He fields it from the 8. He's stopped on the return at the 27. They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Finding Thomas near the sideline. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's a Chicago first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. They motion the tight end over. Pass play on 1st and 10. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. He's going to throw this one. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Here comes the final play of our first half. A final throw before the break. This is going all the way to the end zone. Big gain downfield. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Simple dive up the middle. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Tackled by Rook Orororo. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
At the 20-yard line.
Back to the well again. And he found some running room for a nice gain. That's a 9-yard pickup, and it gives him a 3rd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that first down marker.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I love a call like that. I think more coaches, coordinators should be more aware in the 3rd and short situation. You don't just have to throw it. Be willing to run it. And when you trust it, you can move the sticks.
And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Tackled by Rook Orororo. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
At the 34-yard line.
Throwing now, off play action. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered. That's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Dropping back to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fair catch made here at the 30. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be their football. They've got first down from the 31. Plowing up the middle. And they're going to drag him down after a decent gain. He gets up to the 36. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
That throw behind his intended target.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. He's dropping back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. He's got room to roam here. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Man in motion here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got it. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here's a give on 1st and goal. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. They're running again. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. It's a gain of a yard, but they needed just a couple more inches. Third down.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on third and short.
Buckle up. It's third and goal. He's going to keep this one. And he's in for the touchdown. The Chiefs push their lead further to start the half. All right, Brock, wondering your thought here, because to me it felt like they already had a play picked out to go for it on fourth down if that sneak hadn't worked. Do you agree?
Well, by they, if you mean the guys in the booth on the sideline, sure. But the 11 on the field, that effort just showed you they were not thinking about anything else but pushing it across the line.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chiefs make it a 10-point ball game. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Return starts at the 9. He stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Here's the handoff. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's a Chicago first down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Only one quarter remaining now in these teams' regular season. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a two-score game to begin the fourth. Ball on the 45, first and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. He puts some power on a deep one left. They connect on the deep shot. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
And they send a man in motion. Going ground on first and goal. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Call it no gain that time, and they'll have second and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to...
And in for the Chicago touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now give left side. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. First down, and they go right back to it. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Throwing from the gun here. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Setting up a throw. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
All that look at all came downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
The Chiefs bringing out their punt team. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. Coming off a busy week, 5 punts in the loss, and he sends this one away. That one hits at the 6, but can't check up. It gets into the end zone for a touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's the one back on the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. They're throwing it. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
Well, we have seen the value of a big, physical tight end. Just like that. Those post routes downfield, so hard to defend. The great tight ends, the physical tight ends, it's almost as if they're posting up on the low block in basketball, and you can't get around them.
Play action on 1st down. He's on the move. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before going out. That one hits for 30. And that's a Chicago 1st down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. They'll run here on 1st down. And he's able to keep it moving down to the 28. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
They give it to him again. Has some space inside the 15. And finally, he's down at the 5-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. Another carry for him. And they'll bring him down after an all-right gain. This is going to go as a pickup of 4. 2nd and goal coming up.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's 2nd and goal. They've got a man in motion. Caught him across the line early there. That's an easy call for our officials. Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage. Penalty drops him at the 1, so they've got a couple of shots left at it. It's 2nd and goal. Running it after the penalty. And that hit stops him in his tracks. It looked like they had it, but nope, no gain, and now they're just inches short for 3rd down. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. They've held them out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. That one's out and cut on the right side. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Nighthawks have taken the lead late. And it's good, so they take the lead, and the extra point buys them some breathing room. A field goal does not tie it now. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Buying some time right. And really, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. He'll look to throw it. Try and push it deep downfield. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Looking to throw it. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And that brings up 4th and long.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Nighthawks make the play that should win them this game. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance. And an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's 2nd. And they'll have just one left to burn now.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And he'll be stopped after getting this down to the 31. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. 3rd and just 2 to go. Putting a receiver in motion. The handoff on 3rd and short. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's a Chicago 1st down. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And they end the season on a great note, Brock, with a W in the final chapter of this year's campaign. So for my partner, Brock Huard, and our entire